ASAP engagement. It's a wonderful word, as soon as possible. What it actually means is advanced solutions for activating passionate engagement. Anybody out there would love that? Passionate engagement in your workforce? Well, I can tell you exactly how it's going to happen. My name is Beth Lefevre. I'm a passion test facilitator, passion test for business facilitator, and I frequently go around to businesses and organizations and actually bring this incredible tool. It's an entire system to increase a company's engagement and increase their profits. Now, I don't know any business owners out there that isn't excited about increasing profits. And we know that the purpose for business is there's always a purpose, but it has to be coupled with increasing profits, having profits. Otherwise, why bother? All right? There's enough organizations out there that are doing wonderful work, but we know bottom line. And I want to tell you exactly how it's going to affect your bottom line. As ASAP engagement is an entire system, and there's 3 phases to this system. The very first phase is about you, the owner of a company or of an organization or a management team. You get together and we go through an incredible process so that you can discover why you started the business in the first place. You know, some of you started a business or you're part of an organization and you had high hopes for this organization, and somewhere along the line, man, the daily grind just started happening. And somehow we lose focus, and somebody offers you something and it sounds like a good idea, and you try it and thousands of dollars go down the drain, and you try something else and thousands of dollars go down the drain. And it's kind of like a ship without a navigation system. And this is really an incredible navigation system. The very first thing we do is we help you, the organization, the owner of a company, no matter how large or small, figure out what is our unique contribution? What are we really about as a company? And many times people have forgotten, you have forgotten, or maybe you never really knew what it was. You just had this feeling in your gut that you wanted to do something. So the very first thing we do is help you discover what is this purpose, all right? And then we create an incredible decision-making tool that will help you with decisions on every aspect of your business. It's a clear blueprint, all right? It's like having a lighthouse. You're getting close to the rocks and it starts beaming. So we call that phase 1. There's 3 phases. Phase 1 is helping your organization come up with a unique contribution, and then company passions, which are really your values. What are the things that are most important to you to deliver your unique contribution? So we go through a series of questions, answers, work very closely with you. It's all your ideas, it's all your work. We don't shape you into our mold, we shape into your mold and really guide you in coming up with that information. So that's phase 1. Now, how many people in your organization really know what you're about? You know, you might be creating widgets or a certain service, but do people really know what's behind it? Is there another reason you're doing something? And what happens during phase 2 is a wonderful system so that you can communicate your unique contribution, your company values to everybody you work with, employees, vendors, really the people that are around, all your staff, right? And they can see, oh my gosh, I remember a company that said, the employees said, I had no idea that's what my company is about. It raised their level of loyalty. You know, one of the things that happened, which was pretty amazing, we did a training, and at one moment in time, there was a little shifting that occurred, and they needed some employees to do something that they normally didn't ask them. Now, they had been doing this process for a year, and what happened was all of the employees came in on their own because there was a sense of loyalty, there was a sense of camaraderie. There was a sense of, man, you help me when things aren't so wonderful, I'm going to help you. And it entirely lifted and shifted. I mean, we had employees and owners that were moved to tears by the closeness that was created. There's another possibility during phase 2, the employees get to discover what's most important to me. And so there's a great question we ask, when your life at work is ideal, what does it look like? And they get to start painting the picture. You know, there's one disgruntled employee, if you look at a disengaged employee, costs a company about $32,000 a year. And we know there's so many places that you could use that amount of money. But more than anything, it's kind of contagious, and not contagious in a good way, contagious like the flu, that if you've got one employee that's disengaged, the bad apple, it kind of disengages the rest of the team. And so there's a wonderful process to look at who's engaged, who's disengaged, what does it look like, and what do we do to increase employee engagement. So that's phase 2. It's communicated. There's an alignment that occurs between you, your employees, and everybody you work with. And it's kind of like everybody's on the same bus moving in the same direction. You get there very, very quickly, right? Now, for anybody that's in business, listen to phase 3. It's my favorite part, all right? Phase 3 is about what do we do with this information. You know, it's nice to feel good. It's great to have this great information. But if it doesn't affect my bottom line, why am I going to invest my time, energy, and effort into doing it? Well, let me tell you why. Because we create what's called a culture action plan. See, the whole purpose of all this is to create a culture in which people thrive. And that's what happens. Once we've created the culture, we now take actions, and we actually help you create a system that you can duplicate over and over again. We don't ever have to come back. And if you choose to have us come back and help you with some coaching and some counseling, that's awesome, but you really don't need us after that, all right? So what I want you to know is you create a system that's called the Culture Action Plan. You take absolute actions on every single thing that was your unique contribution and your company values or passions, all right? It's a clear roadmap, it's clear action, and you find out who's going to do what immediately, fast. Whenever you're faced with a decision in a company, we know decision-making process costs a lot of money. The longer you don't make decisions, the more time you spend wasting energy, time, and effort trying to figure things out. There is a foolproof decision-making plan that goes into the culture action plans that are connected directly to the company's passions and unique contribution.
And we have a dental office, and what we found out is the thing that was most important to my husband, who's the dentist, was to design and fabricate things. And it's something that we had outsourced out of our office, but it was just a daily frustration for him that everything that he was sending out to labs, he was getting it back and it wasn't the right quality and things like that. But I was pushing back on a $92,000 piece of equipment that he wanted to get to solve the problem. And after that, when we found out that was the number one thing, we invested in that, and within 6 months, we quadrupled the amount, the revenue that we were making from getting this new piece of equipment. And I think it was mainly because now it brought the passion back for him. He was so excited about this that he was able to just talk to people, and people wanted it because they could see his excitement. And the other big thing that it did for us is it made such a difference with our staff. Finally, we had people in places that there was more engagement, that they were happier. We actually moved somebody that was in the back up to the front because she just really wanted to be talking to people and loving them in and inviting them. And then we had somebody that was in the front that was just not in the right place. She was so exacting and those kinds of things that we loved her, but we were trying to get her to do something that she just really didn't want to do, and she wasn't passionate about it. We moved her into a whole different position, and instead of losing her, because she was at the point where she thought that she might need to go do something different, she's so excited about her job now. So I would encourage anybody to do this because it made such a difference in our business.
We want everybody in the world to have an engaged workforce, engaged organizations. And so what we have done is we've created a network worldwide that delivers this to you, right? So we have trained facilitators around the world that can deliver phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, so you can have the organization you've always dreamed of.
Hi, I'm Luann B., and I'm a business consultant that works with companies and solopreneurs through this amazing process. It increases employee engagement, it improves the bottom line, increases productivity, attracts the perfect customers, and improves customer service as well. If you're interested in learning more about this process, I'd do a free consultation with you. Just give me a call or shoot me an email, and we'll see if it's the right fit for you and your company.